It's much more difficult. All right, here's what's happening in the Midwest. Now, if you weren't with us at the top of the show, I want you to try to pick out the front. If you're with us at the top of the show, you already know where it is, but it's not too hard to find here, right? Look at all this cold air behind our front, a very sharp divider there. Indianapolis, of course, seeing the severe weather that Mike just showed us, but guess what? All of this blue and pink is heading in your direction. Chicago, we saw our highs right around 50 degrees today, and look at them drastically dropping. I actually was speaking to my sister, and she said, oh, I just put your niece in like a little fleece this morning, but now a much different story this evening. And look at this. These are actual temperatures on the thermometer. Right now, it is reading 13 below in Fargo, but that's nothing compared to the wind chills. So pick out a couple cities here, say Minneapolis. Right now, 6 below. Let's have a look at our current wind chill in Minneapolis. It feels like 33 below. Now, this could cause problems here with frostbite-wise. We're going to have a look at the wind chill and frostbite graph coming up a little bit later in the show. In Chicago, I think last hour it was 22 is what it felt like. Now it feels like 18. Now, our average low is 15 degrees this time of year. Tonight, we're going to drop down to around 2, but it's going to feel like it's 15 below. So let's see what that is feeling like right now because, yeah, you might think, it feels like 18, but it's going to get much, much worse, Jim. And I heard you earlier, you have those layers. So what's the coldest temperature you've been in?
Oh, gosh, Steph. You know what? Remember last year when I was on the lakefront in Lake Ontario? It was like 2 below.
The snow and ice on your eyebrows?
That was brutal. Yes, the eyebrow snow and ice deal. Absolutely. That was just brutal. The wind chill was like 25, 30 below. And, you know, when you factor in the high today in Chicago, like you said, around 50, and then the forecast wind chills tomorrow morning of 25 to 30 below, I mean, that's an 80-degree spread. 80-degree spread, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's just phenomenal. And I got to get my hats off to Joe, my cameraman, because he is taking one for the team tonight. The northwest winds are at my back and not in my face, which they would be if I was turned around. All right, let's talk about this. This is not going to be, by the way, the most dramatic temperature shift in Chicago. You have to go back to February 8th, 1900, guys. 52 degrees was the biggest temperature change in one day. But when you factor in the wind chill, it's going to easily top that, that's for sure. Here's Sioux City, Iowa. Here's what we got coming tonight across northwestern Illinois. Now, I don't think we're going to get 2 inches of snow, but blowing and drifting snow, certainly hazardous road conditions developing. We've already getting reports of some slippery conditions around Interstate 39 in Lee County and also Winnebago County. Chicago roads are fine right now, but temperatures are dropping like a rock, and they aren't going to be very good for long. If we get the snow, it's going to make it worse, guys. I'll tell you that. Temperatures, again, as you can see, it's 30 degrees right now around O'Hare. It's actually 26 officially at the airports. You can see St. Louis at 26 degrees, Minneapolis at 8 below zero. So the cold air continues to come on in. Precipitation, amazing, guys. We've got a squall line with potentially another historic tornado outbreak very, very far to the north of this time of the year, going on 70, 80 miles to my east, and off to my west, it's in the single digits and below zero, Stephanie. What a tremendous contrast, and we continue to see that tonight, and we're going to continue to watch this thing as it rolls on through. Back to you.
Jim, I could hear that wind. It's just making me cold hearing that wind, and I think you touched on a point earlier, is how quickly the temperatures are dropping. This big upper low just pushing this front along is pretty remarkable that it's going so fast.
You know, I think we're actually going into the teens, right? I mean, it just feels colder. I mean, from the moment I stepped out here 10 minutes ago to right now, it's colder. And the winds are also picking up, Steph. So wind chills definitely getting down there below zero. Let's check out these averages, by the way, and you'll find out just how dramatic a shift we have taken here from above average to below average. January snowfall so far, 7 inches. Average to date is about 10.4, so we're a little bit behind there. And I don't think we're going to make up much of that tonight. The average January temperature, high and low, the average high, 29.6 degrees. We were 50 today. Well, we're going to go way below that. Tomorrow morning, look at that, 2 degrees. Frostbite potential is very high, about 30 minutes with those winds 25 to 35 miles an hour. And that's about where the wind chill is going to be, Steph, 25 to 30 below. So wind chill warnings easily posted for this kind of wind.
I can't say I've ever been in that, and I don't think I ever want to be in that. Thanks, Cantor. We appreciate that.
I know you don't.
Yeah, it's not only Illinois, but also into Minnesota. Let's take into Fergus Falls here. And we have seen a dramatic swing. Cantor was talking about yesterday, a high of 40 in Fergus Falls. This morning, we woke up to temperatures at 50 15 below. It felt like 47 below, so we had a swing from yesterday's high to that wind chill of 47 below. That's an 87-degree temperature drop. My, oh my. All right, that's the cold story. Mike now has the severe story.
Watching severe weather, especially across the Midwest. And how about what happened in St. Louis today? Winds gusted heavily, ripping the tarp off of this building right here, this outbuilding. 73 degrees this afternoon in St. Louis, setting a record for the day. The temperatures dropped down to 20. Wind chill right now is 1 below. So from 12:30 this afternoon to current time, your temperatures felt like it's dropped 74 degrees. Absolutely amazing. We've got a powerful front to blame for it. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9 o'clock Eastern time. This is the area that's outlined in yellow. The areas that are outlined in red, tornado watches until 7 o'clock local time. Taking you into the most violent weather, it's been through Indianapolis. 25 severe thunderstorm warnings were issued at the exact same time, and now watching potentially for tornadoes here. Northeastern Marion County here, northeast suburbs of Indianapolis, still under a tornado warning right now until the top of the hour. Has come through Lawrence at this point. Castleton is an area that we've been following here. Winds could gust here in excess of 80 miles an hour. Storm spotters already reporting heavy damage to homes over in Hendricks County. Same storm system coming through Noblesville. We're getting hit right now. As you work your way eastbound over toward Anderson, we're going to be watching for very strong storms here. Storms coming into Louisville probably in the next, say, half hour or so, and then as you work your way down through Bowling Green, momentarily coming our way, and then Nashville, give it about another hour, and they're on our doorstep. There's the storms across the south, too. Heavy but beneficial rain here, and no severe weather. What happens with this storm system in our front that pushes its way eastbound? Midweek storm as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. Even starts to kick up potentially some more wet conditions in the eastern half of the country. Wednesdays, this thing starts to kick out into the northeast. Potentially watch for some snow on the backside. Lake effect snow, Buffalo, potentially Cleveland, and then back across Lake Michigan as well. Steph?
A detailed forecast for New York City is coming up after the break, and also the New York Giants were fielding questions on Super Bowl Media Day in sunny Arizona. The weather won't be as kind on Sunday, however. We had an above average day here in New York City, 41 degrees. The warm temperatures are going to stick around. That means more umbrellas are in your forecast, so don't just toss those off to the side. Compliments of the system that's causing severe weather right now in the middle of the country. That bad boy is going to head to the northeast with our temperatures dropping down into the 30s overnight. That means Thursday night we could see some freezing rain. Where are the freezing temperatures right now in the northeast? Well, those are back towards Albany and Burlington. All of this cold air, it's not going to make its way all the way through the northeast. Just a quick shot here through the Great Lakes, and then it's going to pop back into Canada. So don't fear, it's not going to get extremely frigid here in the Northeast. But as I mentioned, temperatures will be dropping overnight below freezing in places like New York. So yes, we could see some of that frozen precipitation. It does look like we'll get a break from the nasty weather on Thursday. It's back in on Friday, but then much nicer as we head into the weekend. Boston, the same story for you. Thursday is a day to enjoy the outdoors because it will be plenty of sunshine. And then for the rest of the Northeast, again, we're not seeing that frigid air that we've been talking about throughout the plains in the Northeast. So I need to get a high five from everyone because we're not having it coming to your region. Mike, it's all